Hi students, today we'll discuss about digital electronics introduction of first unit. Very easiest way I am going to explain each and every topic. Okay, digital electronics, especially for EEE digital electronics. For EC it is STLD. And previous regulation in R16 for EEE also, that is STLD. Okay, digital electronics subject. In this class I am going to discuss about unit 1 introduction. Very quickly we'll go through this one. First chapter name is review of number systems and codes. Review of number systems and codes. So in this regulation, it may be R19 or R20 regulations, we have to know the syllabus also. Why? Because on this syllabus he is asking short answer questions. What are the types of number systems? Like that is asking short answers. That's why we have to know what is syllabus or what is unit 1. What are the topics involved in the unit 1, like that. Okay. So in the first topic, first unit, review of number systems and codes. The first topic is number systems. Number systems. What are the types of number systems available? What are the classifications? Okay. So first classification is a decimal number system. And second one is a binary number system. Third one is octal. Last one is hexadecimal. 4 number systems we have: decimal, binary, octal and hexadecimal numbers. Okay, so first concept, number systems. So what is a decimal, what is a binary, octal and hexadecimal, and how we are going to represent so these 4 number systems. Okay, we will discuss in the next class. Then go for the second one, number systems conversions. How we will convert from decimal to binary, octal, hexadecimal, and binary to decimal, octal, hexadecimal, and so on, and vice versa. From one number system to other number systems, how we are going to convert. That is nothing but number system conversions. And next thing, why we have to convert from one number system to another number system. That is the second topic. So first topic is number systems. Second topic is number system conversions. So it will take 1 hour and 1 hour. 2 hours it will complete 2 concepts. And next is R's complement and R minus 1's complements. Nothing but complements. Basically these complements are used for the representation of negative numbers. For example, I am taking a negative number, subtraction or addition or whatever it may be. So if you are going to perform some logical operations for the negative numbers, we have to use these complements. Okay. So for example, I want to perform 12 minus 5. So here we have minus 5. How we are going to represent that minus 5 is nothing but complement method. By using these complements, we are going to perform this operation. It may be R's complement or R minus 1's complement. Here R is nothing but radix. Radix. It may be base. Radix or base. For each number system we have base. For decimal number system, base is 10. For binary number system, base is 2, and so on. Like that, for each number system we have some base or radix. That's why it is represented as R's complement and R minus 1's complement. For example, my base or radix is a 10. It is a 10's complement, and 10 minus 1 means 9's complement. Okay, so that is nothing but a decimal complement. If I am taking 10 as R, that is belongs to decimal number system. Those are nothing but decimal complements. For example, I am taking 2, R is equal to 2 I am taking. Then 2's complement and 2 minus 1 means 1, 1's complement. And 1's complement and 2's complements are called as binary complements, and so on. If you take any number, not only 10, 2, 8, 16, but also for any number. If you take any number, it may be 7's complement, 6's complement, or 5's complement, any number. Not only here but also in the number systems. We may convert from one number system to any radix, or one radix to any radix. So both we will discuss. One number system to another number system, and one radix to another radix. Both we will discuss later. And this is a complements method. It may be binary complement or decimal complements or anything. Then is a signed numbers. So here For example, 101010. For example, here we have one number. So the MSB bit. If my number is, for example, plus 5, I want to represent. Plus is indicated as 0 and 5 is indicated as 101. Plus is indicated as 0 and 5 is indicated as that binary number 1015. So this 0 is nothing but signed representation. If my number is minus 5, here I want to represent the minus as 1 and remaining bit binary numbers as it is. That is nothing but signed representation. We will discuss that later because he may ask in the examination represent plus 24 and minus 26 using signed numbers, or add plus 26 and minus 26 using signed representation, like that he may ask. That's why we will discuss this one also. Signed numbers or signed magnitude representation. Then next 4-bit codes. Here in our digital electronics we have some binary codes. This may be also called as binary codes. These may be weighted codes and non-weighted codes. We are going to assign some weight to that particular number, that is called as weighted codes. And there is no weights assignment in a sequential order, that is a non-weighted codes. So weighted codes examples are BCD, 8421 code, binary code, 84 minus 2 minus 1, 2421 and so on. We have thousands of codes like that. We will discuss some few codes here. BCD is a binary coded decimal. 8421, 84 minus 2 minus 1, 2421 and so on. Here in this codes we may have negative numbers also. 84 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1. This is a negative number. So these are some weighted codes. And in the same manner, for example, I am taking BCD, binary coded decimal. For BCD we will perform addition operation also. BCD addition also we will perform. That is also another additional topic. So weighted codes, examples, BCD addition. This is one part. And non-weighted codes. Here these non-weighted codes examples are XS3 code and gray code. How we can convert convert XS3 to binary and binary to XS3. Binary to XS3 and XS3 to binary, and gray to binary and binary to gray. Like that. One number to another number, or one non-weighted code to another non-weighted code. How we are going to convert? Here we will see conversions also. XS3 to binary, binary to XS3, gray to binary and binary to gray. And in the same manner XS3 addition also we will discuss here. Same as a BCD addition, we will discuss XS3 addition also. Okay. And the next concept is error detecting and correcting code. For example, this is a transmitter and this is a receiver. We are representing as a TX and RX. TX is the transmitter, RX is the receiver. From the transmitter to receiver, I am going to send the information via channel. This is the channel. In between we are using channel. From the channel I am transmitting the information. For example, I am transmitting information 1010 like that. It reaches the receiver as 1011, for example. 1011. So then there is an error. 1011 we transmitted, but at the receiver it is reached as 1011. The last bit is error. Error is there. So this is nothing but error detection. Identifying the error. Single bit error detection we are discussing here. After detection, we are going to correct these errors. Whatever it may be the error, this can be corrected by using some techniques. Here we are using event parity and odd parity. Using event parity and odd parity codes, we are going to detect the error and correct the error. That is another concept, error detection and correction. Then this is the first part. Basically this is the first part. And the second part is logic gates. So logic gates are classified into basic gates, universal gates and special gates. Logic gates are classified into three categories. One is the basic gates. Basic gates are AND gate, OR gate, and in the same manner NOT gate. NOT gate, AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate. And go for universal gates. Those are NAND, NOR. NAND, NOR. And last one, special gates. These may be exclusive OR and exclusive NOR. XOR and exclusive NOR. XOR and XNOR. These are special gates. Special gates, universal gates, basic gates. We will discuss maybe 1 or 2 classes it will take. A very easy concept and interesting concept. And last one is NAND and NOR realizations. How we are going to represent one function using NAND representation and NOR representation. For example, my function is y is equal to y is equal to AC plus A bar B. Like this we have one function. How we are going to represent this function using basic gates. Later how we are going to represent using NAND realization and NOR realization. This is the last concept in this first chapter, review of number systems. Very easy chapter this is. In this maybe you will get nearly 16 to 17 marks we will get. 16 to 17 marks you will get. Maybe first question is in this he may ask A bit and B bit. A bit is number conversions and B bit is maybe logic gates, like that he may ask. Okay, so try to concentrate on both parts. We can't expect compulsory he may ask B bit from the logic gates and A bit from this part A, like that. Don't expect like that. He may ask in any way. He may ask both questions from here. He may ask both questions from here. Okay. So from this complete chapter, he may ask any question, A bit or B bit. Okay. This is a overall introduction to review of number systems and codes. First chapter. Okay. Next class we will go for number systems. Number systems. Thank you.